Hello, everybody. Let me turn this thing off. What's up, folks? We're gonna have some fun tonight. We have not been around for a couple weeks.
Somebody had a birthday and had a scheduling issue.
A week off due to birthday stuff that I did not schedule, and those who did should know that Tuesdays are Rebel Nerd Radio Day.
But I say that. I tell that to the weather in the spring all the time. That Tuesdays are my day and Rebel Nerd Radio Day. And do you know how often it pays attention?
They just don't pay attention, do they?
They don't pay attention. They don't care. They don't care about our feelings, man.
It's like, come on, man, we got things going on. We got to do Rebel Nerd things.
We got to do nerd crap. Damn it.
Yeah. Don't they understand this stuff?
They understand we have to do nerd stuff.
So tonight we are back. We are jumping back into our Starships of the Galaxy series. And today is kind of a sequel to the last one we did, which was the Imperial Fleet. But tonight we get a lot more specific. This is one that we did because we did not include in the Imperial Fleet because there's too damn many of them. So tonight we are going to be talking about TIE fighters. Woohoo! TIE fighters are awesome. Who we got in the chat? We got Matt, who has been apparently waiting.
And very patiently, it seems like.
Yeah. We got Steve Spawn, otherwise known as Steve number 2. How's it going? We have got Taco Cat.
Hey, Jamie.
Who just got a PlayStation 5.
Nice.
And we have Brennan. How you doing, sir?
Hey, Brennan. Good evening to all.
I see you have your nifty little Rebel Nerd Radio shirt.
For those of you who have not got shirts yet or are thinking about getting a shirt, this is the Emperor version of it. But yes, I have my Rebel Nerd Radio shirt on tonight. I purchased both the regular version and the Emperor version. I wore the Emperor version tonight. And the other one, because Steve's going to ask me what I did this week, the other one I wore during our Kryptonian Chronicles episode. And if you have not got a chance to check that out, it's on Patreon, and I think it's released in a couple weeks, right?
Yeah. Well, in a couple of weeks, it'll be on the YouTube channel.
Yep. So, if you're a Patreon, you can watch our Kryptonian Chronicles with myself, Steve, and Dave, who do some absolute Superman review, which is very fun, very interesting, very lengthy discussion, but it's some good subjects that came out of it. And I wore one of my other Rebel Nerd Radio t-shirts. So there you go.
I wore a Superman shirt. Speaking of the early access content on our Patreon, we'll talk about our Patreon here in a minute, but our new episode of The Batcave is now available on YouTube. That was on the Patreon for a while, and we finally got around to recording one of those. But it is called Batman Starter Pack. And basically, how would I describe that? Basically, we just talked about like our recommendations for new fans that aren't really they're just looking to jump into the world of Batman for the first time. And so we gave them some recommendations for good starting points as far as comic books, movies, TV shows, and video games.
Nice.
So that was a lot of fun.
Maybe we should do that for Superman.
Ooh. Starter pack. Well, our next episode of Kryptonian Chronicles is going to be the 1978 Superman movie.
Yes.
And to go along with that, interestingly enough, the next episode of the Batcave is going to be talking about the 1989 Batman movie.
Ooh.
And the next episode of Mutant Chronicles is going to be the 2000 X-Men movie. So we're kind of following the theme for all our early stuff. But I'm getting ahead of things. I won't talk about early access stuff again for another couple of minutes. Besides that, what did you do? And besides work, what did you do this week?
Not a whole lot. I was gonna save this for show me your thingy, but I'll show it to everybody now. One of the things I did this weekend, because I basically I didn't have much going on this weekend. It was kind of a lazy weekend for me, which, like I said, I do so appreciate those, because with the busy schedules I've had in the past and work and things like that, things kind of been quiet lately, which is good, and the weather's been nice, and so I didn't do a whole lot. I kind of hung out here at the house, but I did get a chance to do my longest. I did some modifications to my printer. I upgraded from a stainless steel nozzle to a hardened steel nozzle, which is better. It has less, it prints better. It has less availability to clog. It's a much smoother print because the temperature can stay more consistent in it. So when it lays down the filament, it actually was a little bit more consistent on that end. So, which is kind of cool. So I changed the print filament, or the extruder head out, and did some printing. And I did one of my longest prints to date, which was 22 hours of printing.
Yeah.
And holy crap! And that was it. Yeah, it was going for a long time. And
yeah, you talked about that on Kryptonian Chronicles.
Yes, and I showed you this on Kryptonian Chronicles, but everybody here on Rebel Nerd Radio has not had a chance to see it yet. So I'm going to want to show it to everybody. But yeah, my longest print to date. For those of you who are familiar with
Make
Lord
them
of the
watch
Rings,
Kryptonian Chronicles. They don't get to see it.
Yeah, whatever.
You bastard.
You bastard. But for those of you who have not seen for those of you who have seen Lord of the Rings, you know what this is. This is the city of Minas Tirith, and you can kind of see some of the detail on it and stuff like that. I printed it out in marble this weekend, and yeah, like I said, it is a 22-hour print. And I'm probably going to paint this. I'm actually going to try to do some real miniature, minuscule paint to kind of give it some depth and give it some, a little bit of kind of pizzazz it up a little bit. And going to paint some of the houses and get some black in there, and then I'm going to paint the stone and kind of a tan, and probably going to try to get the streets done, and then do some green and grass and stuff like that. So give it a little bit of depth and character and stuff like that. So. Yeah.
Lord of the Rings. Is that the one with the little wizard boy?
Yeah. But yeah, so there you go. Yeah, Minas Tirith. So yeah, I'll give that a shot. And actually, Steve, I think I showed it to you and Dave before we started live recording. So the people that watch Kryptonian Chronicles actually wouldn't get to see that. I think I showed that to you guys before we started recording.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're
so
right.
yeah,
So
the guys in
the people.
Yeah. The people in Kryptonian Chronicles wouldn't get to see that either. So it's just going to be.
I couldn't remember when I actually started recording, because we were jibber jabbering for a while before I hit record.
Matt, I bought a Bamboo Labs P1S printer with the AMS system that goes along with it, so I can print up to 4 or 5 colors. Actually, I can print up to 5 colors at once if I wanted to. So yeah, that's what I've gotten, and I've done I've done quite a few upgrades to it. I've upgraded the filtration system to it, so it filters out all the stuff better. And I actually did an upgrade and bought a new extruder head for it, which is this, like I said, the hardened steel one. And then I also bought some different plates for it too, some different printer plates for it, so I can do like a carbon fiber texture, or I can do. I've got like 5 or 6 different textures that I can do now with it too. So I'm really getting into it. It's a lot of fun. Actually, what I'm more getting into is people making requests for me to print things for them. Is what I'm getting into. I've had a lot of people request different things to print. I've already had buddies who have asked me to print stands and different things for like their PlayStation toys and stuff for their kids and stuff for like hunting, a few hunting things. And then like this stuff here is like the fun stuff for me to print for myself because I like this kind of thing. I think this is freaking cool. And the detail on it is just insane. It's just there's so much detail on the houses and like the different towers in each level, and then you actually even have like you can see where the white tree would have been, and you can also kind of, yeah, I don't know if you can see it real good on the camera, but you can almost see like right up here there's where the grass would be. And I'm actually going to put down some glue on there and put some of that modeling grass on there to kind of grass it up, and just, just like I said, really kind of get some detailing on it and make it look really cool. So yeah, I'm printing fun stuff for myself, but everybody else is like, "Can you print this functional thing? Can you print this thing that does this?" it's, it's what I'm getting all the time. I'll address that when we get to our Patreon page for those of you who are Patreons, and if you haven't heard or you don't know yet or you haven't received it yet, I'm assuming by now you have received them, so we can go into that a little bit too. But yeah,
I know a few have.
yeah, a
Because
few people that said they have.
One of them posted, I want to say on his Twitter, or maybe it was his Instagram. Now, I don't remember now.
I think it was his Twitter account.
Yeah.
Or no, wait. No, it was Instagram because I remember you sending it to me. You sent me a copy
Oh,
of it
that's
on
right.
Instagram.
It was Instagram. It was Instagram.
Yep, it was Instagram. Yep. But well, I'll go into it real quick. I last week I finally got a chance to mail out everybody's Patreon packets. For those of you who are Patreons, I said something about it in Discord. For those of you who are Patreons and watch the show either now or on the rewind, your Patreon packets were shipped out. I hope you received them in good order and they were in good shape. But yeah, I hope you enjoy them. Hope you really like them. Hope you like your mystery item. Yeah, if you had any issues, if you didn't get yours, if you had any issues, please contact us on Patreon or through one of our social sites. Please contact us. Let me know that you did not receive it, and I can reprint and send you out send you out a new one if you did not receive it. But please let me know if it did not get to you or whatever. So within probably the next week or so. But like I said, I sent them out last week, so they should have gotten to you already.
Yeah, I know 2 for sure that have gotten theirs because the one that Steve says he got his today.
Cool. And Taco Cat says he's gonna check. He's gonna check tomorrow for his. Now I know one that might take a little while to get there. And Bear, if you're watching this, Smirking Bear, I had to send his to Canada, and there was a whole bunch of. I had to fill out a customs form for it and all that kind of stuff. So hopefully they don't get picky about 3D printed items in a bag, but in a little pouch. But I don't know how Canadian customs is right now when you send something from America to British Columbia. I don't know how that works. I don't know what their deal is, or how that would work. So Smirking Bear, I can't guarantee when you'll get yours, but
so Steve got his. I can't remember who it was that posted on his Instagram now.
Paul.
Okay, that's right. Paul got his.
Yep.
I know
from Paul's Collectibles got his.
Her.
Yep, and Matthew said he got his, and he said his son stole most of it.
Oh, that's right. That's right. His son stole all his stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, his son stole all his stuff. So yeah, so I know there's a few people that have already gotten them. Taco Cat says he's checking tomorrow, so they're still coming in. So yeah, just kind of keep an eye out for them. They should be arriving anytime. And like I said, within the week, if you don't receive it, I would imagine just send us a message through Patreon or social media or whatever, and I can either print you out and I can either get another packet put together for you and send it to you.
On Discord. Just tell us on Discord.
Yeah, or Discord. Yeah, or throw a message up to one of us on Discord.
On Discord.
Yep. But
Got a furry guest with us.
mm-hmm.
So it sounded like a busy weekend.
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. How about you, Steve?
Well, I mean, I did the Kryptonian Chronicles.
Mm-hmm.
I read a lot of comic books. I've been upping my comic book reading. I've been reading quite a bit. I went and saw a movie on. Oh hell, I don't remember what day that was. Sometime this weekend. It may have been Friday, actually. Let's see. Let me check the date on that. Let's see, that was the 6th. So that was Friday. Yeah, I went and saw the new Dracula.
Oh, how was that?
Yeah, it was all right. It wasn't the best adaptation that I've seen, but it didn't suck. It wasn't bad.
It's I in my personal opinion, I think it's going to take a lot to beat the Francis Ford Coppola, Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Yeah, that one's pretty hard to beat.
That one's pretty hard to beat. I think people are going to have a tough time beating that one.
While not at all faithful to the book, one of my favorite Dracula story or movies is Dracula Untold.
I like that one.
What's that?
And I don't. You said or
Dracula
Untold.
It is not at all faithful to the book, but
that's the one with Luke Evans.
Yeah, it's the one that's more. It's more closely. It's kind of adapting the legendary Dracula character,
right?
Like the historical guy.
Now, I've heard rumor. The reason why I bring that up is because I've heard rumor. I don't know how much is true or not, and I don't know when or like any specific details. But I did see something that said that there may be a chance that they're going to be doing a sequel to that movie.
I wouldn't mind saying a sequel because the way it ended, it seems like there was.
It 100% set it up for a sequel.
Now, as far as like vampire movies in general,
careful.
What? Careful what?
No,
my
nothing.
My favorite vampire franchise is Underworld.
Yeah, I like that one. I like it. I like the first one the best.
Yeah.
It was the best. The other ones were kind of meh. But the first one was definitely the best.
I liked them all. In fact, I saw quite a few of them in the theater with my oldest daughter. Like that was our thing for a while. That was like, but yeah, I like that one. I like the first Blade movie. The rest of them sucked. I like the Blade movies. I like the first Lost Boys. I didn't bother going to see. I don't think I've seen the other Lost Boys.
I'll be honest with you, I didn't even know there was a second one until I watched a like 20 weird, like on my YouTube, I get a lot of these like 20 weird facts about movies, or something like that, or 20 facts you didn't know about movies. And they were going through, they went Lost Boys. Because for me, one of my favorite vampire movies was Lost Boys.
That was good.
That was great. That was great. I loved Lost Boys.
Did you ever watch John Carpenter's Vampires?
Yeah. Yes. Not a terrible movie. Kind of campy, but it was decent.
I'm not a big fan of James Woods, but I did like that movie.
Yeah, that one wasn't bad. Lost Boys. I would say Lost Boys is probably my second, but Bram Stoker's Dracula probably my first because I read the book.
Yeah.
And I thought I was buying an original copy, but what I bought was a replica of the original first edition copy of Dracula. So I didn't even realize it's everything is written in it, and it's an exact copy of a first edition version of it. But
right.
It is obviously it's not. It was reprinted like recently, so real cool. I mean, it looks cool because it looks exactly like what it would have looked like when it first came out, but it is not, in fact, a first edition. I wish it was, but it is sadly is not.
But then
But
there's also vampire movies out there that I do not care for. Um, I'm not really a big fan of um oh shit, what's the name of the freaking movie? Interview with a Vampire. I'm not a big fan.
that it was good, but it wasn't like it was not
Yeah,
definitely not
it's
one of my
not
favorites.
really. It wasn't a bad movie. It's not like a movie that we're going to cover on Better Than the Popcorn or Popcorn Was Better type thing.
Yeah, popcorn was better than the
It
movie.
just wasn't. It just it was all right. To answer Matt's question, I have not seen Vamp, but I have seen Once Bitten, which a lot of people don't know. That is actually Jim Carrey's first movie.
Yes, funny, very funny movie.
Yeah,
It's
I
a
like
very
that movie.
funny
I
movie.
like it.
Yeah, it is a very funny movie.
Now here's a movie, one of the greatest Dracula tellings ever. Have you seen Dead and Loving It?
Oh God. Popcorn was better than the movie episode.
Nah, I don't want to watch that. No. Twilight. No. Now, here's the thing about Twilight that I have to admit, and I have, other than the first one, I have actually seen all of them in the theater because my oldest daughter was a fan and begged me to take her to go see every one of those. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, other than what was the second one called? Other than that one, I have seen the others with her at the midnight release of them, like back when they did midnight releases for movies.
Yeah.
And I remember just like going to the midnight release and just being, oh God, why? And it was nothing but teeny boppers, of course. But yeah,
Oh, of
no,
course.
I'm not a fan of those movies.
I'll tell one quick Twilight little thing because I think I might have mentioned this before, but when me and my girlfriend met, we kind of was having that like
Oh
getting
yeah,
to
I've
know
heard
each
the
other kind of thing.
story.
Yeah, we were trying to get we were doing this getting to know each other kind of thing, and I told her how big of a Star Wars fan I was, and I showed her my collection and all this kind of stuff. And at the time, her big thing was Twilight. She loved Twilight and all this kind of stuff, and it was an agreement that for us to date, she would agree to watch the Star Wars
Yeah,
movies, and
we've heard the story. Yeah.
I would agree to watch the Twilight movie. So admittedly I have seen all the Twilight movies myself as well. And
Um,
it was yeah, it was an experience.
I remember that the Twilight books were a big part of an episode of Parks and Recreation.
Mm-hmm.
If you've ever watched Parks and Recreation, you might remember an episode where it was heavily featured because there was this guy who came into the Department of Parks and Recreation and handcuffed himself to a like a radiator or something over the books. It was a funny episode, but yeah.
Yeah. And I hate that. I always say that obviously, as far as like vampires are concerned, that is probably one of the worst lore wise, one of the worst like vampire movies I've ever seen because it just completely destroys the lore of vampires.
I would have to agree.
But at the same time, I hate to like be negative about it and besmirch it too much because we always talk about we don't like it when people who are not normal Star Wars fans come in here and they tear apart Star Wars and they tear apart, the Star Wars universe and it's like I just, if I don't like it, I just don't.
I just
watch
tell
it.
people it's not my thing. It's just
It's not
because
my thing.
it's not my thing.
It's not my
Now,
thing.
speaking of vampires, now that we're on that subject, and how the
Oh
hell
god,
did we get on this subject? Oh, I went
because
and saw
you went and saw Dracula. Yeah.
No, you know what? I saw at the beginning of 2025, and this is not what I was actually going to say, so squirrel, take a drink. No, back at the beginning of 2025, I went and saw the Nosferatu movie, not the original, but the one that came out like December 2024, and
I
I
actually
really
need.
liked.
I actually need to watch it. I've heard a lot of people say it was really good, so I need to watch it.
I really liked it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But let's see, what was I actually going to say? Oh yeah, speaking of vampires, and speaking of, I was saying that I was reading a lot of comic books. I am currently reading, or wait a minute, am I done? No, I'm not. I am currently reading an event, a Marvel Comics event, that is long since it's a couple of years old. I just never got around to reading it when it first ran. It was called Blood Hunt, and it's about like basically vampires taking over the Marvel universe. It's a really weird story. But what's funny is I read it. The only reason I read it is I had just finished the Marvel event series One World Under Doom, and I really like that series. I like it a lot, and that series just ended. It ended in like November, but it was another one that I didn't read when it was originally running. But the reason that I read Blood Hunt is Spencer had told me that it's basically like at the end of the Blood Hunt series is why One World Under Doom happens. And so I was like, well, let me go back and read that and see what's going on with that. But yeah, that's vampire, very heavily vampire centric. And I'm almost done with that series. Anyway, but speaking of which, like the One World Under Doom that I just mentioned, another thing that I did over the weekend is I got back into writing comic book reviews. There's a website called Future of the Force that I used to write for. I didn't quit. I just haven't written anything for them for a while. And I wrote a couple of reviews for that site over the weekend, and I'm pretty sure I linked those in the Discord. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did. So you can check that.
Nice.
So yeah, that was my week. Anything else that I did? That's about it. I mean, last week I had my birthday, so there was that. Yay.
Weekend before was mine. So
Yeah. Birthday weekend. So yeah, that was about it. I actually haven't seen that, Matt. I think I meant to go watch it once, but did not.
I watched it and it was not good.
Oh, okay.
It was not good.
Yeah. Social media. Where can you find us if you care? If you want to find us on social media, I could give you every link, but I'm just going to give you one. It is bio.link/Rebel Nerd Radio. And that will take you to all of our social media sites. Takes you to our Facebook, our Twitter, our Blue Sky, our Threads, our Instagram, our TikTok, even though I don't really do anything with that. Our YouTube, our Discord. Takes you to our merch site. Where you can buy. Yeah, that's another good one. Yeah, I actually did like that one.
Yeah, I just liked it. Yeah,
I did not like the sequel.
Yeah.
Where was I at? Merch site.
Social media.
So you can
Merch.
buy T-shirts and coffee mugs and
Merch.
fanny packs if you so desire. All with the incredible Rebel Nerd Radio logo. And then also, it will link you to our Patreon. So, what's that? You're asking, how do you become a patron? Probably not, but I'm going to tell you anyway. For $2 a month, you go to the Patreon and sign up to be a patron. And the Sizzler, what's that?
You've never heard of Sizzler
I was
Steakhouse?
busy getting the early bird senior discount at Sizzler. First of all, I don't know what Sizzler is. Second of all, I am not old enough to get a
Oh, Steve, you don't know what the Sizzler is? The Sizzler Steakhouse?
Mm-mm.
Oh, dude! Like, wow. Huh.
I'm not from here. Is it in Oklahoma? I've never seen one.
We used to have them pretty big in Indiana, so I think it was like a Midwest thing. Sizzler Steakhouse. They are no longer.
Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh, $2 a month. You can be a patron, and you get a swag pack, which includes. Oh crap! Did I send you all my stickers? No. Okay. Here. Okay.
Whew.
Like shit, man. Where stickers go? Okay. So you get this sticker here, and you get, if I can get it out of its trusty container here. Ooh, man, you know what? You get this one, which you can see on his shirt. You can get other cool swag that JD has.
Yep. I don't have any examples of it right now, but one of the things you'll get from me as part of your Patreon gift pack is you will get
let me get the Instagram up and see if I can find a picture of it.
Okay, yeah. But you'll get a custom done Imperial credit. You'll also get a custom printed from me Jedi coin. And the other thing you'll get is a well, it won't be a mystery once Steve shows it, but you'll see here in a second if you can find it. You'll also get a third item from me, which is a little fun little thing that you can play with and have a good time with and show your kids and this, that, and the other thing.
Yeah, here, let me. Okay, yeah, it is a mystery item, but I guess it's not going to be very much of a mystery now.
Not going to be much of a mystery anymore. So
there we go.
Yeah. So yeah. So the three things in the middle are the things you'll receive from me, as well as you'll get a whole packet from me with the stickers and everything that's included. And the thing at the top is it's a Millennium Falcon style fidget spinner that you get to play with, and it flips like 3 different directions, so it's pretty cool. Pretty neat little thing. I got those all printed out here with my 3D printer, and a lot of fun to do. And
speaking of Paul, he just jumped in the chat. What's up, Paul?
Hey, Paul. Hey, Paul. We're showing your swag pack that you got. So, yeah. So when you become a Patreon, you can expect to get a little gift pack from me and from myself and Steve with those items in it. So yeah, something a little fun to play with. You can even take the Republic credits, and if you play Sabak, you can go use them to bet with and stuff like that. So
there you go. And then you also get exclusive content on the Patreon, which I really should just say you get exclusive access to, because we don't really have a whole lot of exclusive content. We've got exclusive access to our Star Wars tabletop RPG. The first we did was Twilight of Vakanta, which has been over for a while. And now we are doing a campaign called Shadow of the Sun, which has been a lot of fun. At least for me running it. I've been having a lot of fun running it. And everybody, I mean, you and Blue both have been saying that you've been having fun playing it.
Oh yeah, it's been fun. Yep.
And we should be recording our next session Sunday, and it is going to be an interesting session.
Yes, because we have a new guest coming
The,
back.
the guys are, the crew are being implicated in a murder. And so this week's session is facing the implications of that. Yeah. So that'll be a lot of fun. So in addition to that, we have the early access content that we were talking about earlier. We've got, and it's all, at this point, it's all comic book related. We've got Kryptonian Chronicles, where we talk about all Superman related stuff. We've got the Batcave, where we talk about Batman related stuff. And then we've got Mutant Chronicles, where we talk about X-Men related stuff. So those are early access for patrons. Patrons can watch that for like a couple of weeks before I decide that's been long enough. Let's put it on YouTube. And a lot of times it's like, how long has this been on Patreon? I got to put this on YouTube. So you get that. And last but not least, you get to hear your name on our live stream, which we're going to do now. So thank you to all our wonderful patrons: Dave Brown, Kelly and Chris Olson, Justin Hensley, Charlie Kirby, Chantel Gonzalez, Brennan, Brian, Steve Spawn, Matthew, Taco Cat, Paul, Smirking Bear, Adam, and Drew. We appreciate your financial contributions very much, and let you know that it does not go to waste. I mean, we basically just pay our StreamYard bill with it.
Yeah, basically that's what it is.
Almost pay our StreamYard. We don't have enough to actually pay the StreamYard bill, but I think we're up to the point where now we can we're paying half of it now.
Yeah.
Almost half. But yeah, so if you are interested in becoming a patron, and I mean, yeah, like I said, it's only $2 a month. It's probably one of the cheaper Patreons you're going to find out there for content creators. Because most of them, most content creators, I'm not seeing anything lower than $5. So it's cheap. And you just go to the bio.link/Rebel Nerd Radio, and it'll take you right to that Patreon, and you can sign up. And also remember, if you have not already, subscribe to our YouTube channel and all that other cool stuff. All right. Well, that is it for social media stuff. What do we have now? Oh, it is time to be drawn to the force. Yeah, that was.
Sounds like you should be working in a haunted house.
Yeah, really. You know, I actually did work in a haunted. That was actually my first job.
I built one when I first got out of high school as a side gig just for fun. I helped some people in an old factory build one, and we like went through the whole thing and built a whole haunted house for charity. It was a whole charity thing.
I was still in high school. I was like either 10th or 11th grade. I can't remember. I was young, and me and a friend went to a haunted house downtown, and once we went through it, and we were just hanging around outside talking to people, and one of the guys that worked there asked if we were interested in working there. So we were actors at the haunted house. Basically, we played monsters.
That would be fun.
So I actually did that for a couple of years. Not the same haunted house. But yeah, I actually did the whole monster actor thing for a bit at haunted houses. But yeah,
That would be
that was my
fun.
first actual paying job. Was
That would be
working
fun. That
at
would have been
haunted
fun.
houses. Cool. Um, but yeah, so Drawn to the Force, we actually do have a because the last couple of weeks we actually have not had any Star Wars comics, which is weird. Um, but hey, what happened? Why did my frickin'
Dang, Ferric.
fake ferret?
Dang,
Um,
Ferric.
God damn it! What the hell's going on here? Why did it log me out? I was like in the website to show the damn thing, and
You gotta love modern
it just
technology.
freaking logged me out. Bastards. Okay, so but yeah, the last couple of weeks there have not been any Star Wars related comic books. But just to let you know, if you are new here, Drawn to the Force is where we talk about this week's Star Wars specific comic book releases. So any comic books that are being released, in this case tomorrow, February 11th, that are Star Wars comics. So we only have one, and it is what I know is going to be Matt's favorite. He's going to run down to the comic book shop and get this. It is Jar Jar #1.
I actually want this.
Oh, I'm going to get it. Yeah, I'm going to get it.
I want this. I need to figure out where I can buy a hard copy of these. I would love to have these in my collection. I really do. Because
So
go ahead.
here's the interesting thing. This is actually co-written by Ahmed Best.
Yes.
And as the synopsis says, it faces the consequences of giving emergency powers to Chancellor Palpatine. What pivotal role does Jar Jar play in the formation of the Rebel Alliance? Guest starring fan favorite Jedi Knight Kalerin Beck. So, yeah.
And
So
as
it's
I understand it, and I saw this on his Instagram site too. He actually had a hand in writing a new character too. That is a character of his creation, I guess.
So co-written by Ahmed Best and Mark Guggenheim, and the artist is Laura Braga. I don't think I've ever heard of Laura Braga. I'll have to look into what else she's done. But yeah, that is the Star Wars comic that we are getting tomorrow. So
Yes.
if you are in the area, make sure that if you are in an area that has a local comic book shop, make sure that you go down there and pick up this one or any other comic books that you want. Just the whole idea is support your local comic book shop and support Star Wars comics.
Yes, and as I understand it too, there was a couple variant covers in there too that you can get a hold of.
Oh, you know what? I didn't show the variant covers. I usually do that.
Yep, there are some variant covers in there. So yeah,
All right, let me
their
find
variant
it.
covers look the variant covers look pretty cool because one of them, if it's in there, it should show it.
Okay, so let's see. We've got this one. That one's kind of cool. I like that
That
one.
one's cool. I really want to find that one. Yeah, that's Jar Jar and Caloran Beck, which for those of you who know, Ahmed Best played both characters.
That's cool. And
And I think
then
there was
this
another one.
one
Yeah, there's
here.
another one.
Okay,
I'm not sure.
actually this one's really cool because it's a Black History Month celebration.
Yeah. I kind of figured it was
Um,
just an overall black. Now I didn't know what it had to do particularly with the character, but I think it's just a celebration of Black History
well,
Month.
it
So that'd
doesn't,
be
but
a
what I find odd is this cover does not have the Jedi Knight Kalerin Beck on it. Well, I don't get that. Why is
yeah.
it linked?
Yeah, you would think he would be in there, but maybe they're going with like the more known characters. I don't really know. That could be it. Just the more known people.
Okay. I mean, that would make sense, but who is this?
That's a damn good question. I have no idea.
I mean, you got Finn, you got Jonna, Moff
Yeah.
Gideon, Grief Karga.
Is that Moff Gideon or is that Reva?
No, that's
Is
Moff
it,
Gideon. I don't think
is it
Reva
Moff
had a
Gideon?
mustache.
Oh, okay. I can't see it. I can't see it that well. I thought it was from what I saw away from it. I thought it was.
But yeah,
I thought it was Reva.
you got Lando. Yeah, I don't know who this one in the green is.
Yeah, but you would think Kelleron Beck would be in there.
You would think, because
You would think.
yeah. See, okay, now who are the characters on the Black History Month variant cover of Jar Jar #1? See if I can find out. That's gonna mess with me. That's not Mace Windu. What the? Oh, there's a. Oh, okay. Hang on. There's a. It's like a pull-out cover,
Oh,
but it doesn't. It still doesn't tell me who that person is.
that would make sense. Like, where is Mace Windu and where is like?
Well, I'm gonna show. I'm gonna actually now. Fucking shit.
And I mean, they need.
Why is it always in the wrong freaking file format? Okay, hang on.
They need Thandie Newton's character in there too.
Well, give me a second. There's a lot.
I mean, Ula technically Ula was green, but she was played by an African American actress.
Hang on. There's a lot of characters on this pullout. Hang on. I'm about to pull it up here.
Okay.
Maybe if it'll freaking load. Okay. So here's
there's all kinds of them.
Yeah. So there's Saw Gerrera, and there's I can't remember. See, there's Claren Beck. There's Mace Windu. There's the Jedi whose name I can't remember from
She's the High Republic
series.
Yeah, her name escapes me.
These other two, I'm pretty sure, are probably High Republic.
Yeah, one of them at the very least. The one in the front's High Republic.
One in green. I don't know who that one in green is. Sloane. Who is? Wait a minute. Sloane. That's not Sloane. What? Fallen Order, Survivors, Cara Agenda, High Republic. Oh,
Sana
Staros.
Yeah, Sana Staros.
Nobody knows who that. I mean, I know who Sana Staros is, but I was like, I didn't realize it was her because I'm like, who knows who's? I mean, why would you put her front and center? Because nobody knows who she is. I mean, I do because I religiously read Dr. Aphra. Yeah, she's from the Dr. Aphra comics.
Sierra, what you named her too? Is Sierra Jundi is the other one?
Sarah June, yeah, something like that.
But I mean, really, honestly, though, I am kind of curious why Reva is not on there.
Maybe because nobody likes her.
Yeah, but still, I mean, she should have been on there.
Sure. I don't know. I think I'm going to get that cover if I can find it.
Yeah, I would love to. I would love to have that cover. You'll have to let me know. If you go out tomorrow and you look for them, let me know because I would gladly pay for all 3 covers.
So there's Drawn to the Force. As far as what's next? Oh, shit. It's time for us to show our thingy. Show and tell time. Okay. I don't have anything Star Wars related, unless you count. See, I wasn't going to show these until we start talking about our main topic.
I actually have two that will relate to our topic. I may do the same. I may unbox these as we're talking about them. But I do have one thing that, and so this is kind of a precursor. So I can show this if it's a precursor for
Cool.
me. What I'm actually going to be showing is with our TIE fighter discussion, I have two TIE fighters that I have as part of my Jazzwares Micro Galaxy Fleet collection that I have. And I got with the two of them, I got one of them had a mystery box that had something in it.
Ooh.
And like Steve, I'm going to show mine when we actually talk about them. If we don't talk about them, I may save it for next week as far as like something to reveal, because I did show everybody my Minister that I'm very proud of and my T-shirt, and I'll show this mystery item. And I know 100% one of these TIE fighters we're going to talk about, so I'll show this other mystery item. But basically, what it is you get a mystery box, and it has a vehicle. It has a vehicle and a character in it, but you don't know. Obviously, being a mystery box, you don't know what's in it. So I'll open it here, and you guys can see what the actual mystery box is. So this one is, what is this? Oh, this looks like dang it, I can't remember what it is, but it's a holographic version of it. It's kind of cool. It's a biker scout trooper with and I cannot remember the style of this bike, but it is and maybe Steve can help me out with this. I can't remember that. It's the name is slipping my is missing my thing right now. But it's the one with the little dome on top. It's the one that I think it's the one that Sabine rides in the Ahsoka series. I think she rides one of these. But yeah, it's one of the
hands
speeders.
make your thingy look small.
Yeah, we're right on. That's what I tell all the girls. But yeah, so this is actually in like a holographic kind of thing. And then I also got the biker scout along with it.
Cool.
Little biker scout dude. And then I get a little stand that goes along with it. So I'm gonna put this together real quick. And I'll show it to you guys if I can figure out how this goes in. Oh, here it is. I think. But anyway, what do you guys, Steve?
So mine is not Star Wars related. This was my birthday present. It's something that I've been wanting for a while and just didn't have the money to get. It is relevant, however, to a quasi-recent episode of Kryptonian Chronicles.
Oh, nice.
I got the hardcover deluxe edition of Supergirl.
Oh, cool.
So, love this story. It is like, if I haven't mentioned it before, and I'm pretty sure that I have, it is the best Supergirl story ever. And it is the story that the movie is loosely based on.
Yeah, so, loosely. Sounds like very loosely.
Well, if you look at the trailers, part of it is pretty close.
Yeah.
But it's still kind of loosely based. We'll just keep it loosely based. But yeah, that was my birthday present.
There's my little dude that's there's my little dude mounted on his little biker scout thingy there. So yeah.
Yeah, the other stuff that I've got to show, I'm gonna wait until we start talking about our main topic.
Yeah, I'll do the same.
Which brings us to our topic. We're going to be talking about TIE fighters. Wow. Oh, where's my? Heck yeah. So TIE fighters. They are the TIE series is a series of starfighters, generally speaking, developed by CNR Fleet Systems.
We've heard that name before.
What's that?
We've heard that name before.
We have. They were first, so prototypes of the TIE were tested as early as 29 BBY. So they had been, like, when the Clone Wars ended, they had already been around in prototype phase. They did not, however, come into mass use and production until 19 BBY, a week after the Empire was announced. TIE, TIE, stands for Twin Ion Engine, if you did not know that, but you probably did. A couple of fun facts about these things. Generally speaking, and I say that because there are exceptions, generally speaking, TIEs are not equipped with hyperdrives, nor are they equipped with shields. Like I said, there are exceptions. Generally speaking, they don't have hyperdrive and they don't have shields because the Empire wanted to focus more on speed with these things.
Speed and firepower.
Speed and firepower. And not even so much maneuverability either. But these things were like mass produced. They were cheap to produce. Hey, look at that. Joy actually was just getting ready to say that. George Lucas called them ties because they looked like bow ties. Yep. That was actually in my notes, Joy. Thank you for ruining. No, I'm kidding. But another thing, the signature roaring sound that you hear from TIE fighters was created on accident and is a mixture of elephants screaming and cars driving on wet roads. But that signature roaring sound, at least to me, is one of the coolest sounds in Star Wars.
Mm-hmm. That besides that and the seismic charge.
That one's cool too, but I think the TIE cool is better. I think the TIE sound is better. But yeah, so there are a lot of TIE variants. So, let's start with the main one.
The standard TIE fighter.
Standard TIE /IN Space Superiority Starfighter, also referred to as the TIE/LN. This was the signature starfighter of the Galactic Empire. Of course, this is the one that you see more often than any. Yeah, this is the one you're going to see more often than not, and was kind of like the, I guess you could call the granddaddy of all of them. Paul says that this is the jammy. Okay. Hold that thought.
I'm over here holding very nicely. I'm just holding things. Just holding things down.
Well, I'm saying hold that thought because there's some noise coming.
I had to say something. It was too quiet.
There's noise coming from the living room, and I can hear it very plainly. Anyway, so that's your main TIE. So the things I was going to show you So I used to play the X-Wing miniatures game, and I used to play in a league, and my team consisted almost exclusively of TIE fighters. And you know what? I might be missing some of my pieces because I could have swore I had more TIE fighters in this. So these are my regular TIE fighters. So I've got 5 of these. I'm missing some. They might be in the garage somewhere. But yeah, these are the standard TIE fighters from the X-Wing miniatures game. And I did very well using nothing but TIE fighter. Like I got some variants here that I'm going to show. No, there are some missing because there's some missing. But yeah, so that is the standard TIE fighter. We got a lot more to go through, so
yeah,
keep your pants on, folks. Okay, the next one I'm going to show you has a very interesting look to it. Hold on, where's my picture? I thought I had these in alphabetical order. Apparently I did not. Oh, there it is. Why did it? Okay. These are not in alphabetical order. The TIE Bomber.
Yeah.
Pretty awesome looking ship. See, I had one of these for this game, and I do not see it. So I'm saying there's some stuff missing. This, of course, was a bomber. If I'm not mistaken, I think all of the TIE and its variants were developed by CNR. I don't think anybody else messed with them. I'm pretty sure that is a standard thing. But of course, this was the bomber variant. And it's got that cool signature, like it almost has the wing design of another one that we will get to here in a minute. But has that weird, like that bomber nodule on it, just makes it look fat. Let's see. Paul is asking a question. Did you include the variant of this that use? Yeah. Okay. I'll get to that. Chill.
We got a lot to go through, man.
Dude, I've got a lot. I've got nearly 20 variants to talk about here. I've got some that, like, when I was doing my research, I was like, I didn't even know about that one. That one's weird. But yeah, so the TIE Bomber is it's a weird looking one.
It kind of makes sense though. I mean, if you think about it, because one side's the piloting part of it, and the other side's like carries.
It's got to carry the bombs.
It's got to carry the bombs. So I mean, it kind of, if you think about it, it kind of makes sense the way they've got it designed there. It has a functional purpose.
Yeah. So as far as come here. I'm trying to pull up the appearances. I've got the list. So the canon appearances, would you stop doing that? Okay. Canon appearances. I don't see any appearances of this in the movie. Did we not see these in the movies?
Yeah, it was in Empire Strikes Back when they were bombing the asteroid field.
Why is the Oh, there it is. Okay. I had to scroll down. That was weird. Yeah, they are in Empire Strikes Back. They are in Return of the Jedi. And then they are also in several episodes of Star Wars Rebels. I remember them Star Wars Rebels, but yeah, they were in they were not in A New Hope. Well, which kind of makes sense. I think the only starfighters
Yeah, no.
that you saw in or TIE fighters that you saw in that one are the regular TIEs and then the Darth Vader version, which we will talk about. I do have that one.
Yes,
They were
and
also
yeah, yeah.
shown,
Paul's
in one of the episodes of the Book of Boba Fett.
and yeah, 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 the bombing of Mandalore. Yeah,
yeah. Paul is saying they were in Mandalorian, but I don't.
Well, I think weren't they in season 3 when they were showing the actual bombing? When they were showing the actual bombing of Mandalore, they were featured in that part of it.
That would make sense. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Okay, I had to scroll down more. Jesus, there were a lot of There were a lot of appearances to this thing, but most of them were like from books. So those aren't really appearances per se. But yeah, if I scroll down a little further, Book of Boba Fett, and then they were in 3 episodes of The Mandalorian, and it looks like all of these are from season 3.
Paul, honestly, that's easy to do, buddy. We mix it happens. You can mix seasons up just because, or mix seasons and series up just because. Yeah, I mean it's Star Wars. As long as we know.
Paul was right. It was in both. They were in the Book of Boba Fett and they were in the Mandalorian. Right. The next one we just mentioned. Let me find the picture for it. Where are you at? All right. Yeah, we just mentioned this one. This one's where? Come on, where is it at? There it is. The TIE Advanced. And this was the prototype for Darth Vader's TIE fighter. So, some special things about this one. Obviously, the V wing shape didn't have the solar panel look there. But it also experimented with a few other things. It did have a hyperdrive and had a deflector shield. And so Vader's TIE fighter, this TIE Advanced, was a lot faster. And in addition, it had heavier firepower. It didn't just have the laser cannons. It also had a missile launcher on it. And then you had the shields. So this TIE Advanced was, you could kind of say that it was the prototype in a way of this one.
Oh,
the Interceptor.
That's got to be one of my favorites.
It is, yeah, it is. I'd say it's one of my favorites. It's got like the wing shape of it is just awesome. It looks so cool. But
when I saw Return of the Jedi,
Return of the Jedi, it was it was definitely it was featured there. Where else was this one featured? This was would you quit doing that? It was featured in a lot of episodes of Star Wars Rebels. It was featured in Return of the Jedi. It was featured in. I'm trying to find. See, it's listed in a lot of books. It was also featured in the same episodes of The Mandalorian that the bomber was in the same episodes. And then it was also featured as a hologram in The Last Jedi, although I actually do not remember seeing it in The Last
It was
Jedi.
when DJ was showing Finn about the when he
Mm,
was explaining to him about, they built the X-wings, but they also built these and blah blah blah, and how he was trying to explain to him that it was all part of an industrial complex of
yeah,
war, and you see the hologram of the TIE Interceptor.
yeah. So yeah, this was influenced by the design of the TIE Advanced. It was tested on Lothal, and did this one have hyperdrive on it? I think it did. Some of them did, at least.
I don't think the Interceptor did.
No, no, it didn't.
I think it had stronger engines.
Yeah,
It
it
had
had.
stronger engines than the conventional TIE fighters. It was faster, and it had better targeting radar and
Well,
a
it had.
better
Yeah, it had better engines, but it also had heavier firepower.
yeah.
And then, like you mentioned, it had a better targeting computer.
Yeah.
The pilots of these were typically elite pilots. These were not like your standard everyday TIE fighter pilots. You had to be you had to be you had to show your worth.
You had
Or
to be really good. You had to be really good to fly a TIE Interceptor.
you're not they're not just going to let you fly this one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now we're going to be getting into some that aren't as well. Oh, wait a minute. I got another one that is kind of well known. And then we'll get into some that aren't as well known. But this next one is so badass. It is the TIE Defender.
Oh, there we go. Here we go. Looky here. Looky here. Looky here. Looky here. The
Yeah.
first of my bonus show me your thingies. I have the Jazzwares. Yeah,
Ooh.
I have the Jazzwares TIE Defender that's still in the box that I'm going to take out of the box, because unfortunately for me, this is not a numbered piece. It's just
Okay.
it's just regular. But I'm going to take this out of the box and show it to everybody.
Okay. So while you're
Go
pulling
ahead.
that one out,
Yeah.
this was an experimental one. It did feature a hyperdrive. It did feature deflector shields. It was a lot harder to destroy than a regular TIE fighter. And this one was actually a combination fighter / bomber. As it had much heavier laser cannons than your standard TIE, and had missiles. Now, if you remember from your Star Wars history, this was designed by Morgan Elsbeth.
But they wouldn't back it.
They wouldn't back it until Grand Admiral Thrawn got involved.
Mm-hmm.
And then they started to produce them on Lothal in that Imperial factory. And then they were going to go with that because it was less expensive than another project they were working on. But ultimately, the other project won out and became the Death Star. Now then, this one I see these are so small. I did have one of these for my X-Wing miniatures team. I know I had a second one. There are things missing. I don't know. Did I have a whole other fishing tackle box of these things? I thought it was just one fishing tackle box. Anyway, yeah, I had at least two of those. But as far as outside of Star Wars Rebels, these appeared. I don't think they appeared in any movies. As far as according to the article that I'm looking at, which is on Wikipedia, they were not in any movies. They were just in Star Wars Rebels. You got that box open yet?
Holy crap! It was a freaking nightmare, dude. I had to go get a knife and everything. My biggest fear with these things is like I'm gonna break them.
Thoughts on the TIE Defender? What do you think of the TIE Defender?
I like it. Cool. I think it's pretty cool. And after watching like the lore and stuff on it, and here you go. Check that bad boy out.
There you go. It looks like a mutant TIE fighter.
It really does. It looks like they took a bunch. It looks like they took a bunch of TIE fighter parts and they just like
a baby born with 3 heads or something. It was
yeah. But I mean, like you said, this one had a hyperdrive. This one acted as it was a multi-role. It had more firepower. It could go more places. I mean, it's just, you look at it, it really does. It looks badass. I mean, it's pretty freaking cool.
It does.
Yeah. And looking at the lore of like the current lore and the way they have it set up, the Death Star, I mean, the Death Star is cool. I mean, you could destroy entire planets with it. But can you imagine an entire squadrons of these things going after like X-Wings? I think the turnout of the war, the Galactic Civil War would have been much different given if the TIE Defender would have been built as opposed to spending a bunch of money on the Death Star. Because once the Death Star got blown up, it was one huge piece of equipment that took years and years and years to build. And once it was blown up, it was blown up. Where if you blow up one of these, there's whole squadrons of them to take their place. And they would have won the fight, I think, a lot better with these TIE Defenders. I think it would have worked a lot better. Even if you don't accept the lore of it was in what was it? Tales of the Empire?
Or was it, Hunter, what's up, man?
Hey, what's up, man? What was it? Was it Tales of the Empire? Did they talk about that?
I don't remember.
I can't remember. It was one of the animated Tales of something. I can't remember. But it was in the Tales of series, and they were talking about how Morgan Elsbeth.
Wasn't it Tales of the Empire? No. Had to have been.
Yeah, I think it was. I think it was in Tales of the Empire.
For sure.
No, I'm pretty sure it was Tales of the Empire. But yeah, if
Tales
they
of the Empire. Yeah, Tales of the Empire was the one where Morgan shows up.
Yes. And I think I honestly think that if they'd have gone with these, yes, we did.
Okay.
Yes, see our past episodes. Yes, we did. But yeah, I really do think if they'd have produced these and they'd have gone with these as a tactical support fighter along with the regular TIE fighters, I think that would have been to devastating effect. I think the rebellion would have had a lot of issues trying to keep up with these things. These things are they're freaking cool.
Those are cool. So if you think that one looks weird,
I don't think it looks weird. I think it looks badass.
It looks like a mutant.
It looks badass.
It looks badass, but it looks like a mutant.
Yeah.
This next one also kind of looks like a mutant. And we're getting to some of the lesser known ones. This one I think is lesser known because it has no canon appearances. It's all legend stuff. But this was where's my picture of it? Some bitch. There it is. The TIE Punisher.
Jesus Christ.
This is like a freaking TIE bomber, and it's what it is. It's a bomber. But it looks like a TIE bomber on steroids.
It just looks like a TIE bomber that just carries more payload.
Well, that's what its purpose was.
Yeah.
4 times the payload, and also with forward mounted laser cannons. There's a ventral mounted twin proton bomb chute. And then it's got torpedo launchers and concussion missile launchers. It did not have hyperdrive, but it did have deflector shields. Yeah, that's right. Oh, that thing is beefy.
It is.
Now, the first time I heard about one of these was through the Star Wars role-playing game.
Mm-hmm.
It was in a source book called Starships and Speeders. I don't know if that was when it was first introduced. In fact, I don't think it was because it was I'm pretty sure it was well, the Star Wars role-playing game is Legends, kind of. But yeah, I was in, I think it was probably in some Legends book. But yeah, that one is definitely beefy, as Paul put it. Next one is the one that I am pretty sure Paul was asking earlier if we were going to talk about this one.
Mm-hmm.
So let me find my picture of it. You know, I really should have put these in alphabetical order. There it is. The TIE shuttle looks exactly like a bomber, but is not carrying bombs. It's a transport shuttle. It's supposed to carry officers and stormtroopers.
That kind of makes sense. I mean, you know, it's just a fast transport.
Yeah. And so appearances, the only appearance canonically is Empire Strikes Back. I don't remember seeing it, but it could have been just like real quick.
You did briefly. And if you remember, what it was when Han Solo, they leave the asteroid field and their turn, and they actually attack the Star Destroyer, and they go over the top of it, and they lose track of him. And by that time, the Millennium Falcon has attached itself to the Star Destroyer. And then you see the guy that basically who's the captain, and I don't remember his name.
Nita, Captain Nita.
Captain Nita.
Apology.
So he goes,
Captain Nita.
Well, he goes in and he says, I will report to Lord Vader, and he says, I will apologize immediately for losing them. And then you briefly see like this thing pop out of the bottom of the Star Destroyer and go to the Executor. That you briefly see it. I mean, it's really small, and you briefly see it.
Yeah, and that's when you see Darth Vader. Apology accepted, Captain Nita, and he's dead.
So. Yeah, and he chokes the crap out of him and says, "Yeah, you lost him, and you're dead." So,
this next one is also kind of funny looking, but not nearly as funny looking as some of the others that we.
Mm-hmm.
Where's it at? It is called the Reaper.
Oh,
and this one looks less like a TIE fighter, and yeah. So this one, the first time we see it is in Rogue One. Did we see it anywhere?
Actually, if you will, Steve, pan back to me for just a second.
Pan back to you. Why?
Pan back to me. Pan back to me.
Now.
Come on. Oh, there you go.
Okay, he's got one.
That is my second or third, depending on how you look at it. But my second of major unboxings, as while Steve is talking about the TIE Reaper, I am going to unbox from Jazzwares Micro Galaxy Squadron a TIE Reaper.
So this one showed up in 2 episodes of Star Wars Andor. It also showed up in Jedi Fallen Order. Everything else here, other than Rogue One, is books. Everything's a book.
Dang it.
But let's talk about some of these. It was designed to. What's funny is you look at this thing, and this was actually a troop carrier.
Mm-hmm.
This was not a fighter. With a name like Reaper, you would think it's a fighter of some sort, but it was a troop carrier. Like a drop ship. And so,
more specifically, it dropped off. If I remember correctly, more specifically, it dropped off Death Troopers.
It did on Scarif, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah. Oh, you know what? I think didn't. Let me look at the appearances again and see.
This thing's kind of cool. It actually has adjustable wings, so you can move the wings up a little bit like that.
Isn't that the ship that they dropped off Andor off on when he went to Narkina 5?
That I don't remember. You could be correct. You could be very correct. I don't remember specifically.
So TIE Reaper, yeah. Very interesting looking ship.
It's kind of cool. I mean, I just opened up the cockpit, but it's kind of neat because if you look at the back, you can kind of see the drive engines in the back, which is kind of neat. And yeah, I kind of like it. It's kind of cool.
I don't have one of those in my. Actually, I think I've shown all of them.
Yeah, and also this particular version of it that I have through here, it has a down gate too. So I think what it is when you land it, the wings fold up, and then you land it, and then when it takes off, they fold. I mean, they can fold pretty far down like that, or you can just have them kind of flat like so. So, but I mean, it's neat because it looks like the TIE Interceptor from this position, but obviously that's not the case.
Yeah.
But I think it's cool.
So while we're on the subject of ships that appear in Andor,
Rogue One. Oh, in Andor.
Okay. In Andor,
right?
This one also appeared in Andor. It is the TIE Avenger, and it's got a funky little shape as well. This one was actually a prototype. But do you remember this one from Andor?
Yes, I love that thing.
Yeah,
I love that thing. That thing was freaking. That thing was badass.
Yeah, I like that one. It's pretty awesome. So you got the weird. I keep saying weird. You've got the alternate wing design. It's got a retractable laser cannon that had to be powered up. More heavily armed than a TIE fighter. More heavily armored. It did have a hyperdrive on it. Did it have Did it have deflector shields? had shields. It was more, well, maybe it didn't have shields because it was more heavily armored. It had an advanced targeting computer. But it was never put into mass production because it was too damn expensive.
Yeah, can't imagine why. It's actually cool because my TIE Reaper that I've got, it actually, I didn't get a chance to show you this. It comes with 3 Death Troopers.
Ooh, cool.
Yeah, cool.
Very cool. All right. Next one. If I can find the picture for it. Shit, where's it at? There we go. The TIE Striker. That's right, Paul. Andor stole the prototype. That's probably why it didn't go into mass production. But yeah, the Striker had an appearance in Rogue One. Anywhere else? Outside of books, it does not appear that it appeared anywhere else. This was meant to be a streamlined version of the TIE Fighter. Used most notably during the Battle of Scarif. It was specifically made for in-atmosphere missions.
It kind of looks like a TIE. It looks like a TIE Reaper, but it just looks like it had a standard,
little bit,
like
yeah,
combat shell instead of a like a heavy transport shell.
Yeah, it was mostly designed for in-atmosphere combat. It was faster than your regular TIE. More heavily armed. It had 4 laser barrels rather than 2, and also had proton bombs,
Nice.
which were deployed from a chute fitted onto the underside of the hull. But yeah, this was a pretty cool looking ship. I like this one.
Mm-hmm.
We still have some left, folks. We still have quite a few. This next one is called the Phantom, and that one's got a unique, not only a unique wing shape, but also a unique cockpit shape. This was a stealth TIE. Hence the name Phantom.
I'm kind of curious. I'm kind of curious. What about that is stealth?
Well, let me see. I know that let's see, it had deflector shields, it had a better nav computer. It had a cloaking device on it. It was equipped with a cloaking system.
Interesting.
But did not go. So it wasn't was it a prototype? It wasn't a prototype, but also was not mass produced because it was expensive. So apparently when the stealth or when the cloaking device was activated, the fighter was completely hidden from sensors and from eyesight. It did have, like I said, it did have deflector shields. It was more heavily armed than a regular TIE. like the Interceptor, you had to be an experienced pilot to fly one of these. Now, that being said, I'm trying to find the appearance of this thing because I don't.
Paul says JD on point with the corresponding toys. Unfortunately, that was the last one. Actually, I think one of the ones he mentioned, I might have another one of, but I don't want to give up too much. So,
as far as I can tell, the only this was only for games. Like it showed up in the tabletop RPG. It also showed up in the X-Wing miniatures game. I did not have one of those. And also in the similar to X-Wing miniatures game, it was in the Armada miniatures game, which I never played that one. Because it just seemed like it was a bigger cash suck than the X-Wing game was. And the rules were a little bit different. But yeah, this is not canon at all. This was only in games. I don't even see it showing up in books.
That would make sense. I mean, the Armada. I know a lot of people that played the Armada game and they really liked it, but it makes sense that it wouldn't show up as an actual canon. Introduced as canon.
Yeah. Okay, there were a couple of books that showed up, Legends books though, not canon. All right. What is the next one? So that last one that I showed is one of them that I had not heard of before. This one I also actually had never heard of. But it was called The Aggressor. And it's got a very unique shape to it. It was a starfighter, specifically used against smugglers. So like a surveillance type ship, I guess, to track down smugglers. No deflector shields, no hyperdrive, and no nav computer. Okay. So that is not a very good design, I think. It had two solar collectors, which were the wings. Let me pull this.
It was probably something they stationed in as strictly like, because it almost looks like Darth Vader's like TIE Advanced, but it just doesn't have like the solar wing capacity.
Well, here's the other unique thing about it. As you can see, the hull is kind of elongated. If you can kind of tell. This one was a two-seater in that it had a gunner.
Oh, in the back.
Yeah. So it had a gunner. That's right, Paul. I don't know if you caught it before me or before I said it, or I haven't been watching the chat. But this is another one that, as far as I can tell, is only in the role-playing game. And when I mention this role-playing game, I am talking about the one that we play. It was in a source book, which, you know what? I don't know if I have this source book. It's called Starships and Speeders. I'm gonna have to get that source book. I don't know why I don't have that. But as far as legends, it can be found in jumping over legends. Now, just a bunch of legends books. Oh, it was also in the X-Wing miniatures game.
Oh.
Hmm. Yeah, I did not have one of those. Okay, so this next one that I'm going to show you, I also had never heard of, and is one of the oddest TIE fighters you are ever going to see. Maybe not. It's just very odd. It is called the TIE Crawler. It is literally a tank.
That's weird.
It is not a starship, which I don't know. Yeah, it's a tank.
That is undeniably weird. Why?
There are no canon appearances of this thing. The only appearance of this is in an audio book, which again is not an appearance. An audiobook called Choose Your Destiny, a Luke and Leia Adventure.
The thing is just goofy looking.
And yeah. And then it's in a couple of comic books too. But it is just weird looking. It's like, why?
Well, that is what I was thinking. In the back of my mind, I was looking at that going, why? Why would you bother?
It's a tank. And it's used to climb hills. Or difficult terrain. But didn't Empire have tanks?
Well, I mean, the only real land-based stuff that we really know of that was specifically designed for land assault was ATSTs, AT-ATs.
Yeah,
I mean, as far as like the Empire is concerned, that's the ones we knew of. I mean,
it's just a funky look.
I'm sure I'm probably missing one or two. There was the Stormtrooper troop transports, obviously. There was those. But a quote unquote like tank, I don't think they really had a tank. They had AT-ATs, they had ATSTs.
They had the crawler. So weird.
What was the crawler?
The crawler. That was the one we were just talking about.
That thing. Oh yeah. Well, yeah.
Crawler.
Yeah.
Okay, so this next one.
Yeah. Paul says looks like a. It says it looks like a mismatched salvage parts supply local security. I agree with that 100%. It looks like it's just was wrong.
Okay, so this next one is this was Kylo Ren's TIE, and it was called the Silencer.
Mm-hmm.
It was a prototype. It was just Kylo Ren. And I'm trying to find. Noted for its speed and ferocity. It had laser cannons and missile launchers. I don't see anything else unique about it other than the way it looks. But of course, it had cannon appearances. Very, very unique wing design for sure. But With the name Silencer, you would think it had like some kind of stealth capability, but I am not finding that on the specifications. Customized flight controls. Yeah, I don't know.
It had
I mean,
rockets on it too.
it kind of it kind of looks cool. Like the whole, like Paul was saying, the hole and the windscreen are kind of cool. I mean, really, the only way you can tell that it is a tie design is the wings.
Mm-hmm. I
Got a
kind of
few
had.
more. Oh, go ahead.
I kind of had in one of the episodes that we did, I actually had one of those in my Jazzwares collection. So the vehicles that I showed tonight from Jazzwares, I had the Micro Scout or Micro Galaxy Squadron version of one of those, but it was in a numbered variant box of this. So it was a special edition. But I did find one that's regular. I do have it. So when we pan back, I do have one that I have actually out of the box. That's pretty cool. And I kind of like the design. It's kind of neat. I liked it. I thought it was a pretty neat design.
Yeah. So this next one is also a. Oh, I didn't realize I didn't turn that off yet.
Yeah,
This is
see, there you go.
also, yeah,
Yeah, there you go. Pretty neat. Like I said, this is actually out of the box. I showed this on Show Me Your Thingy one time, but I didn't take it out of the box. I just showed people it in the box, but I found one outside the box, and I was like, yeah, I gotta have one of these. So
this
I think
one,
it's pretty neat.
next
I think
one,
it's pretty cool.
this next one is also a Kylo Ren special. This one appeared in Rise of Skywalker. It's called the Whisper.
Hmm.
And this one is the one that was used when he went searching for Exegol and when he went looking for Rey.
Mhm.
So this one had increased speed, increased range, and increased firepower. The wings were solar collectors, and it had 4 laser cannons, 5 heavy cannons, and a turret with mag pulses and heavy lasers. It also, see, now this makes sense. It was also equipped with sensor confusing technology and jamming technology. So it was kind of stealth. And then, of course, it
Yeah,
had a hyperdrive.
it got one of them. One of them got destroyed very quickly, or not quickly,
Mhm.
but it got destroyed in the movie, and then he came up with another one somehow.
Yeah, so this was a Kylo Ren ship specifically. Um, he went. I guess he went to Cinar Systems and gave them specific specifications that he wanted in a new ship. Um, so although it does not say, okay, I guess this wasn't a prototype because there was more than one.
Matthew, good lord.
But yeah, this was Kylo's ship, and
He says, "Quit saying the name. He's trying to be good."
I'm going to keep saying the name just because it was Kylo's ship. I wonder if the last one will be replaced in Galaxy's Edge with one of Vader's ties. I don't know.
They are at Galaxy's Edge off subject for a second. They are kind of transitioning towards the older trilogy, which a lot of people are very happy about. That they're kind of transitioning to that. But I did hear someone say that they are doing it in sections. So like sections of Galaxy's Edge will be sequel, and then there'll be original trilogy, and then there'll be prequel trilogy. So I'm
Interesting.
assuming they'll kind of cycle things around, which is good. I think it's great. I think they're going to be. I think it's cool that they're going to be bringing in some of the old stuff that people like are more familiar with. I don't want to see them completely phase out the sequels because I think that would be a mistake on their part. But it is cool to see that they're going to be interacting some of the older trilogy stuff in there. That's cool.
All right, folks. We just have a few more. We just have a few more. Uh, did we talk about the striker? Yeah, we did. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. I'm trying to remove the images of the ones we've already talked to so I don't get too confused. Okay, this one's called the tie dagger. Um, this one is a not a dog fighter, an assault. It's called an assault lander. It was trying to find out. It's. I mean, it has a unique wing shape for sure. Those are solar collectors. It basically just has your standard armament package. It was used by the Sith Eternal, so it is featured in the Rise of Skywalker. And said the Starfighter's official name was first identified in Ultimate Star Wars New Edition. But Rise of Skywalker is the only live action iteration that you get. But I don't remember seeing this, but there was so much going on.
It was in the battle. It was in the Battle of Exegol.
Yeah, you already missed TIE Defender. We already talked about that one.
Yep. I've got one for you,
I mean,
Drew. Right here, buddy.
We're coming to the end. We've only got a. Let me look at my
There
list.
you go. There you go, Drew. Drew was coming in a little late, but yeah.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
There you go. There's your TIE Defender, buddy. Yeah. In my collection.
Yeah, we actually only have two left.
All right.
So this one. So this next one actually wasn't even used by the Empire. This is the one that was used by the Mining Guild. So honestly, still created by Cinar. The Mining Guild was associated with the Empire. It was is primarily used by the mining. Primarily, it was only used by the Mining Guild. And it was greatly very basic construction. A lot of the combat capabilities and maneuverability and shielding and all that was like real basic. So it did have shielding, but it was primarily retrofitted with like sensors, so they could find resources to mine. And the Mining Guild used it to patrol their territory to prevent theft. The only two, well, I'm going to say the only two appearances of this were in one episode of Star Wars Rebels, and it also appeared in Star Wars Outlaws. Oh, I think it was in a book too. Yeah, it was. It also appeared in a book. I mean, how you appear in a book, I don't know. But yeah, very, very strange looking TIE fighter. And it's not really even a TIE fighter. But I did want to mention it because it's a TIE variant. Now, that's what I just said, Matt. It appeared in one episode of Star Wars Rebels. You're not paying attention, dude. Okay, so the last one, I don't know if you want to. You probably do not. You're probably not going to.
I said that too. I want to go back to that for just a second. Drew was talking about the peripheral vision on the TIE Fighter. I've always thought that the way a conventional TIE fighter is designed was stupid because you could not see peripherals through the sides of the TIE fighter. And
Yeah.
I like Drew's comment here, how they were talking about they took part of
Well, I
that
think
out so
that's
you
why
could
they
see
did
the
that with the
peripheral.
interceptor.
Yes, and that was always my thought, was the reason they did that with the TIE interceptor was so the pilot could see into his peripherals, so you could see more to the side of the
Yeah.
fighter,
Because
where in
even
the
in the
conventional TIE you could not.
because even in the TIE Advanced, you really couldn't see. I mean, yeah, like
Yeah,
look at the TIE Advanced. You really can't see out of those sides either.
no, that's why I thought the TIE Defender was a good choice too, because the
Yeah.
TIE Defender you could see out the peripherals.
But
I mean,
apparently, we're too
to a
expensive.
certain extent. To a certain extent.
Yeah. Okay, so this last one, I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't call it saving the best for last, but I will say last but not least, because it is a pretty cool looking tie. And earlier this week in the Discord, somebody had mentioned it was their favorite.
Yes, Paul. Yes, Paul.
You don't like Biker Scouts? Okay.
I do like Biker Scouts, but that always bothered me about Biker Scouts too, is that helmet.
Yeah. Okay. So this one is called
Dun, dun, dun.
the Outland.
Ooh.
And this one, of course, was post Return of the Jedi.
Mm-hmm.
This was the personal starfighter of Moff Gideon. And clearly, this was this showed up at the end of season 1 of Mandalorian. Pretty cool looking ship, I think. Very interesting landing gear in that it had landing gear. Because like typically you did not see TIE fighters landing on the ground. But this one did.
I think that was the coolest part of that, though, is that you never actually saw how TIE fighters landed, like how they actually stopped or landed on the thing, and you never really saw it until like you got a glimpse of it in Rise of Skywalker.
Joy says it looks like an angry one-eyed bat.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is it's got the wings that folded, which is what allowed it to land on the surface. And I'm pretty sure that the Mandalorian only appeared, or Mandalorian was the only appearance. Yeah, it looks like that was the only appearance. It was in multiple episodes of The Mandalorian. So this was not necessarily a prototype. There were at least 5. One of them, of course, was the one that Gideon himself used personally when he landed on Navarro. And I'm trying to find like the armament of these things, trying to find more characteristics of it. But really, I think the most unique thing about this was the fact that the wings were a landing gear. I don't think it had any special. I don't think it had any special accoutrements in regards to like shielding or like I don't even see if this one had hyperdrive. It probably didn't.
I don't think it did. I think the only unique thing about it was the fact that it could land on the surface.
Paul, you are right. Ties normally hang in racks.
Yes.
So they get in the Star Destroyer or wherever the hangar is, and they just kind of hook into a rack.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm pretty sure this is the only one you could see, or only one there was. Well, unless you count the TIE Crawler, but that's not really a starfighter. Again, but this is the only one.
Let's not talk about that one ever again.
The TIE Crawler is weird.
It is weird.
And so, yeah, this is the only one that could land.
I don't, to my knowledge, I don't ever recall seeing a TIE fighter that actually landed.
I didn't.
And I don't remember timeline as far as when the first season of Mandalorian was released as opposed to when the Last Jedi was released. I'm drawing a blank at the moment. People don't come at me. But I'm 100% certain. I think that the Rise of Skywalker came out after the first season of the Mandalorian, and you did see a TIE fighter land, but like it was like real brief. And it wasn't even, you didn't see it landing, it was already landed. And then you see Kylo Ren take off and go after Rey.
Awesome. All right, so those are the TIE variants. We are going to end things tonight. JD didn't realize I was going to do this. Oh. But we're going to end things with, I want to know which variant is your favorite. You, JD, I want to know which one is your favorite.
Which one is my favorite?
We're going to tell everybody what our favorite is. I don't think ours will be the same.
I kind of said it already. The Interceptor is my favorite.
Okay, ours is the same.
Yeah. The Interceptor was my favorite because it was in Return of the Jedi, and when I saw the TIE Interceptor, I was fascinated because I saw TIE fighters, and I was like, those are so cool. But then when I saw the TIE Interceptor, I was like, oh my god, this is like a streamlined, quote unquote streamlined fighter version, like even better than the originals. And I was like, oh, that's so cool.
I think a close second would probably be the Defender.
Yeah.
But the Interceptor is just badass.
Yes. Yes.
Paul says,
and that's not to dismiss Darth Vader's TIE Advanced in any way. It's just that the Interceptor was just freaking cool. Yeah. Love the Interceptor. And I actually did see a sketch art of one time of, they had a sort of light speed ring that they could attach to a TIE fighter or a TIE Interceptor in special conditions. That it was kind of, it had four, it was like a ring, and then it had four things coming out of it. And what it would do is they would pull up to it and it would attach itself around, and it would be like a light speed drive for special conditions. It was kind of neat.
So all of that, but also, aside from those favorites, you can't go wrong with the tried and true. The standard old blocky TIE fighter, which you can't see out of the sides of. But Paul
even says,
Paul said this was fun, saw some variants I never knew about. I gotta be honest, when I was doing research for this, there was some that I like, the TIE Crawler. I'm like, what the fuck is that?
And Drew even said, like, he said normal TIE fighters can land. He says you can kind of see it in Battlefront. In the Battlefront games, you see examples of them actually landing.
Okay. How would they get out? Joy says that her favorite is the Silencer. Oh, nice. Kylo Ren's. Okay, yeah.
Kylo Ren's, yeah. I think it's cool. I like the TIE Silencer. It's cool.
It's cool. I still like the Interceptor better.
Yeah.
So, all right. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in and hanging out with us and talking TIE fighters. Thanks to those who saw replay. Did we talk about the Chiss Claw craft from Legends. They took a TIE cockpit and added. I did not even know that was a thing.
That might have to be an after show kind of thing that we throw on Discord. So for
Oh,
those
that
of you
does
who are
look
on Discord,
weird,
oh, let's see it.
man.
Let's see it.
That's yeah. Hang on, let me get the picture up. God dang it! Yeah. Stop that. Okay. Share screen. Yeah, that's
Oh, that thing. Yeah, I have seen that before.
I have not.
I've seen that before. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Where has this thing appeared? Let me find appearances. Um, I'm not seeing any appearances. Where would this have shown up? Where did you see it?
I don't remember where I saw it, but
Drew,
I do
where did you
remember
see it?
seeing that ship. Yeah, I do remember seeing that ship. I've seen it before, but I cannot remember where it's referenced. It's kind of escaping me at the moment. I don't remember where it was referenced, but I have seen it before.
The new essential guide to vehicles and vessels. Okay. The complete Star Wars encyclopedia. The essential atlas. Okay, maybe that's where we saw it. I don't know. Yeah. So rereading what? Oh, Luke. Okay, Drew says Luke flies against them in the Second Hand of Thrawn book.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Right. So it's mostly Legends, right?
So it's appeared in a book. Anyway, so thanks for watching, hanging out with us. Next week, we might be taking a break from Starships of the Galaxy. Maybe. JD, I'm gonna DM you with my idea for next week and tell me what you think.
So for those of you who are watching and still with us, you don't get to see what we're going to talk about. And I agree with that, Steve. You don't get to see what we were talking about until we actually announce it. So it's kind of being kept from you. But I agree, Steve. I like it.
Yeah.
Yep.
So next week we will not be doing Starships of the Galaxy. I think the only Starships we've got 2 episodes of Starships of the Galaxy left. We have our
we have Bounty Hunters.
We have our Scum and Villainy.
Yeah.
And then we have our profile on all the different manufacturers.
Yeah.
Which I don't know what we're going to call that episode. Anybody want to think of a name for that episode? Just show it to us in Discord. Joy does have a question. Oh, okay. You know what? Going back to like the first 10, 15, 20 minutes of our show, the other thing I did this weekend is I watched the Super Bowl. Okay.
I did not watch
it. Well, I only watched it because the Seahawks were playing. Joy wants to know, what did everybody think about the Mando trailer?
The Tauntauns. You can't go wrong with Tauntauns.
Yeah, the Tauntauns were cool. It's cool that they're going to be on Hoth.
I wonder. This is what I wonder, Steve. Do the Tauntauns still smell bad on the outside?
Well, I'm sure they do. But yeah, see you, Zombie Hunter. Later, Drew. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, I think Anyway, to answer your question, Joy, it was kind of short. It didn't really seem like a trailer to me.
It was more just a kind of a, hey, this is happening, and Here's a
Yeah.
little snippet. Yeah.
It could have been better. Honestly, I didn't really like any of the commercials. Well, the Mandu and Grogu was fine, but I didn't really like any of the commercials during the Super Bowl. It was kind of disappointing. Anyway, thanks for coming, hanging out with us. We'll see you next week. Weather providing. And thanks for watching. Bye. May the force be with you.